All right, so
hold on, wait a minute. These knuckleheads.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Before we even
It's
go,
never gonna work. It's not gonna work.
What you saying?
Before this, all right, let's go. I can do it.
Okay, so we have just started preseason, Ryan. You've got the guys back. It's a little different this year. So you've got a group of core returners. And typically as a high performance coach, you kind of have to start from ground zero. So does this kind of put you a few steps ahead of where you were in preseason last year?
It does. Because we do have such a good core group of guys coming back, it makes it kind of easy. It's kind of like assistant coaches, if you will. I can say, hey guys, this is what we're going to try to accomplish. And then I've got nearly 14 other guys that can kind of help the new guys that are coming in. COVID made it a little bit challenging because we did not know when the start of the season was prior to the 2 years before. We could say, hey, this is our start date, and we could reverse engineer what we wanted to accomplish. So not knowing, but just maybe 6-7 weeks ago what the schedule was going to look like, and even still not knowing the competition schedule, we had to kind of figure that out. And so the guys have been really accommodating, understanding that COVID presents some challenges. But every time we say, hey, let's get in here, we've gotten in here, even including today. So the boys have been great about getting better, and so it's been easy.
Yeah, we've been out to practice a few times, and there's definitely a level of excitement on the field to have everybody back, to have so many strong core players come back. But you also have them here at Night Performance Factory. So talk to me a little bit about what the environment here at KPF offers that you can't really do with them on the field.
Yeah, so obviously on the field, we're doing a lot of technical work. We can do some conditioning on the field, use the track that's around Bob Jones. But coming into KPF, they can use all the resistance training. They can use our bands. They can use our cardio tools. They can push sleds, pull sleds, do those kind of things. All of our mobility tools. Some of the things that we do have at our facility, but because we have such a large team, we can have a lot larger space. So it allows us, the boys, to use resistance that they don't have at the facility, but then also train in other modalities. And so that's a really big deal that they can do here. But then also they can get instruction not only from me, but from our team that's here as well, that can kind of give them some insight when I might not be around.
Yeah, we mentioned KPF a couple of times. Now you're obviously a co-owner of Night Performance Factory here in Greenville. We didn't get to catch up for Black History Month just with the busyness of preseason, trying to get everybody pre-COVID tested. Talk to me about the journey it's been from being, an athlete at Furman, a local university here, to being a Black business owner in the same community.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting question because growing up here in Greenville, I went to Hillcrest High School, then went to Furman. For a long time, I regretted staying close to home. I always wanted to go away for school. But then coming out of Furman and out of college, then I was working for someone in Greenville County and working in this industry, and he was a Black business owner, and so that was very cool to have him as a mentor growing up and learning from that. But then also my father, who was a State Farm agent here in the Simpsonville area for a long time, and so I was taught a lot about what business, being professional, having your own business and owning that. But then just the reality of it is the potential troubles of being a minority business owner, and so learning what that looked like. And so I think it was not that I was groomed to be a small business owner, it was just something that I felt equipped to be able to do. And then it's been awesome in terms of just simply owning our own business. It's interesting, on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, people ask if we're going to be open, and my father used to always say he fought to allow me to have the right to be open and to have a business. And I look at it the same way. My partner PJ and I, we look at it that way too. It's like we now have this right to be able to do so, and we cherish that ability to then use our platform to be able to help people with healthy lifestyles.
Yeah, my last question for you. You have kind of seen the sports industry from all facets. You've been an elite athlete. You're obviously a business owner in the sports industry, but you're also a coach, to the Greenville Triumph, high performance coach. How do you kind of blur all of those experiences to become really, like you're saying, a role model for other Black men in the community? Yeah,
I think that's a very good question. Part of that is there are lots of experiences that come with working with baseball players, professional football players, and then also we can get a 10-year-old that comes in here at the same time, and then now for the past 2.5 years working with the Greenville Triumph. That's been really huge and a great experience for me professionally and personally. And so when we do get a lot of interns that come to us, be males, females, Black, white, we can kind of pour into them and to be able to say, hey, this is what we have seen. This is what I've been able to go through in terms of learning in these different environments. And it's been really cool not only for African American students that are coming out of school, but then female students coming to this industry that's predominantly male dominant. So in terms of minorities and people of color, it's been really cool to be able to have this and say, hey, this is how you can do this. It's possible. It might be a little more challenging at times, but it's possible. So that's really unique, and actually I never thought about it till you just mentioned that.
Freaking Crushed it, even
There you
with
go.
distraction.
Yeah, I've done it before.